2 Gold Logies later, she said an emotional goodbye to Summer Bay and dived headfirst into radio as part of Nova's nationally broadcast American Rosso and Kate Ritchie show.
Flaming it, Gales, it's Kate Ritchie! Please tell me, when you guys used to be on set and Raymar would walk off, you'd do Alf Stewart impersonations.
Oh, he might be watching.
I hope he is.
Yeah. Oh, look, the things that that Alf Stewart says, they're kind of like part of the Australian culture now.
Did you have a particular favourite Alfism?
Stone the Flaming Crows.
Brilliant.
That was probably it.
I closed my eyes and he's here.
And there were a lot of things that Ray probably said that were much more Australian that never made it on the telly.
Well, officially, congratulations on your Gold Logie #2, young Missy.
Oh, thank you.
Do you still get to enjoy the night all these years later, and when you're nominated for Gold, can you enjoy it?
To be honest, the Logies were much more fun when you weren't nominated. Like, don't get me wrong, it was really nice to win and great that it all turned out that way. But I just spend the whole night being, you know, I'm nervous. There's tears. I have tears in the hotel room before I get there. And my mascara's going to run and I'm sitting there going, please don't cry, please don't cry, please don't cry. Because I am a bit of a crier.
Oh,
just
look,
quietly.
you've cried. You cried at the Logie stage. You've cried on the last day of shooting Home and Away, when it was the last episode going to air, when you were talking about it.
When I got my final script.
Yes.
When I got my final cab ride to Epping.
Would you normally cry before a Logies, or only when it's your last one for what might be a while?
No. I have a cry anyway.
Did you cry before you walked out tonight?
No, I didn't have time.
What the hell, Ritchie?
I didn't have time. You saw me. I was changing. I didn't have time.
There was an awkward moment where
you were loitering outside the girls' toilets.
I was.
And then you had to come on and do this show.
Yeah.
And I was about to go in and get changed. I thought, well, who's going to greet me when I come out, ladies?
Do you miss having a chaperone at the Logies? Because I only found that out on the night when you were saying that first time you went, you had a chaperone.
Well, I was only 12. So my mum came.
Someone's gone, oh, she was 12 once.
I know.
God bless her.
The thing is, all those years ago, well, I mean, I started on Home and Away when I was 8 and I didn't manage to get an invite till I was 12 because those first few years I always missed out. And I'd go to my pigeon, wouldn't be an invite for the Logies and I'd have a cry. And, I did. You know I'm not joking. Oh, look, of course I miss having my mum there. But there were times it was probably good she wasn't there.
So would you seriously have someone who would just hover around all night?
Well, it was my family. It was my mum. She wasn't at the table with us, but she was within the room and she was all frocked up as well. And
I reckon she's more upset. Free booze.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gone. It's gone. And how was it this year? Because obviously you had to wake up to do Brekkie Radio.
I know. There was no partying. I was in bed by about 2 o'clock. And after having won, by the time you kind of do all the stuff you've got to do backstage, I hung around Crown Casino for a little while and saw some old mates, and then by the time I got back to the hotel, it was time to go to bed.
And how is it waking up every morning with American Rosso? Obviously for the Sydney people, it's...
Well, no, you haven't. And then I go to work and I see them there.
No,
it's lovely. It's lovely. You know, every morning Merrick greets me with a "G'day, little Aussie," and it's fantastic. It's just such a great change, and it's been really scary.
Now, what was that decision? Why radio for your next thing?
I think that it was important for me just to do something that was completely different. And I guess the reaction I got was the one that I wanted, which was like, hang on a second, why are you doing radio? And I just wanted to do something that was never going to be compared with Home and Away, because nothing will ever compare to Home and Away in that sense. You know, I hope that I go on and do lots of great things, but that will always be its own kind of chapter. And I just, you know, I wanted to learn something new. I became one of the oldies on that show, and in some ways, I guess, was a bit of a teacher, and I needed to learn something. So. And
have you, being with American Rosso, you've probably learned the wrong
kind
of thing.
I've learned some great dirty jokes. But no, look, I've learnt I've learnt loads, and I think working with the two boys, it's nice to go into a team that kind of works like a well-oiled machine, and, you know, they've held my hand and guided me through it. It's been really good.
Well, you're on your own now, Kate Ritchie, for the chance to win $20 in 20 seconds. Are you ready for this?
I've always wanted to ask. This is always wanted to ask. Before you do that, I've always wanted to ask this home and away question. Which Pippa's lasagna was better? The first or the second?
It wasn't lasagna, it was meatloaf.
It was meatloaf, was it?
And it was definitely the second.
Second one.
I don't really remember the first one. I don't mean that in an awful way, but...
Whoa, controversy!
I was a baby, so...
Have they ever talked to you about what, like, if you came back, what crazy storyline they'd bring you back with?
No,
that'd be an
that discussion is not... I've just... Hang on a sec. I've just got over the leaving bit.
You'll make her cry, Carrie.
Do not make me go back there.
All right, $20 in 20 seconds.
I'm nervous.
You should be. Pressure's on. All right, let's start the clock. When was the last time you made a prank call?
On the show last week.
How often do you floss?
Not as often as I should.
Have you ever egged someone's house?
No, but I've had my house egged.
Ooh. Name one thing you've always wanted to dress up as.
A policewoman.
If... No. If a gorgeous man with bad breath asked for your number, would you give it to him?
No.
Did the male cast members from Home and Away wax more than the women?
Definitely.
You find Steve Curry's lost Logie. Do you give it back straight away or hang on to it for a while to make him sweat?
I'll make him sweat.
Would you ever be on Neighbours?
Yes.
And Kate Ritchie, who would you turn gay for?
Oh, I was hoping I might miss out on that question.
No, come on. You're in your police uniform?
Oh. It'd have to be Monica Bellucci, although there was a hot lifesaver on Home and Away years ago, I think, called Shauna Bradley, so maybe her as well.
Hot lifesaver, dig that. $20 is yours, Kate Ritchie, thank you very much. Here is the prize, ladies and gentlemen. American Ross and Kate Ritchie, weekdays on Nova 969 Breakfast in Sydney and nationwide on the Nova Network. Kate Ritchie, everybody.
Thank you.